Yeah. What's popping, y'all? What's happening? It's your man, MARQ NASH. Another great episode of Breaking the Beats. You already know what we're going to do. We're going to break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and whatever else we feel like squeezing into those letters. It's Wednesday, hump day, so we're going to get into some relationship talk. You already know. What else going on today? Man, I got a couple of things we're going to go over. I need to grab my phone. What was I about to tell you guys? Yeah, let me just grab my phone. We're going to run the intro and we'll be right back. Just run the intro. But basically, man, it's hump day. We're going to get into some relationship talk. Want to know how you guys feel about reconnecting with your exes. I see a study shows that during the pandemic, divorces are down. I guess people finding a way to work it out. So I'd rather stay with your sick ass than start over with somebody else, I guess. I don't know. Don't get me on it. But they are trying to work it out. Divorces are down. People are also rekindling things with their ex-partners. So while I get myself situated over here, I want you guys to enjoy the intro, and I'll play a song, let the room populate. Be right back.
This that squad sound.
All right, let me run this record. Think it's fitting for the subject that we're on today. It's called Best Sex by yours truly, featuring America and my boy Trey Thomas. Let me know what y'all think. Also, smash the like button on the way into the room. Let me know what part of the world y'all coming from.
Stockyard, Tiger on the beat, America on the vocals. Straight this for the ladies.
I've been thinking about you from time to time. You cross my mind. You got the best sex. You got the best sex I've ever had. Ooh, you keep it on the low. Ain't nobody gotta know. You got the best sex. You got the best sex I've ever had.
Right stroke, left stroke, either one is the best stroke. Now I got her stuck to me just like Velcro. She say I'm the best, so I get the cell number, work number, email, even mama's address. Yes, I get it started, hit my target, porn star, she's performing. I'm recording, I'm nice. In the booth, you play with the mic, with a lot of ad-libs now, that's what I like. Hey, I got gifts, baby, look what I bring you. Sensation, leg shaking, it tingle. No R&B, we do it in my single. Make you speak another language like you bilingual. Sorry, baby, me no hable, but you're sweating so hard, I think you might dehydrate. It's always the best sex whenever I see you, cause you got sugar walls and I got a sweet tooth.
Ooh, I've been thinking about you from time to time. You cross my mind. You got the best sex. Oh, yes, you got the best sex I got. Ooh, you keep it on the low. You keep it on the line. Gotta know you got the best sex. You got the best sex I ever had.
She want me to get her naked, legs for her naked. Promised her the best sex as if she ain't expect. Yeah, she been already craving for it, talking dirty all day, wanting me to take it for it. Hope you can take it, cause the neighbors can't take the noise. Grab it while I'm driving, I ain't lying, she be crying for it. Get her to the house, stretch her out like an iron board. Louder than the opera, she be hitting all kind of chords, biting and scratching. It heightens the passion, we ain't making love tonight. Baby, I'm smashing. Now I'm on her mind all the time like a smash hit. She's so addicted and she's relapsing. Even got my number on speed now. Wanna keep me all to herself, but I don't see how. And she don't want me to leave now. Say the same thing every time before I ease out.
Ooh, I've been thinking about you from time to time. You cross my mind. You got the best. You know you got it, baby. You know you got it, baby. You keep it on the low. You got the best sex. You got the best sex I've ever get somebody that just knows just how to do it. Where to kiss it, how to move it, how to touch it, and where to put it. If you know what I'm talking about, let me see you put one in the air. Let me see you put one in the air. Oh yeah. If you know what I'm talking about, say it it, and I want it. You got it, and I want it. You got it, and I want it.
Yeah. We back, man. I'm gonna play one more record and then we just gonna go and start the show. How y'all feel out there? Smash the like button on the way into the room. Let me know where y'all coming from, all right? Guys probably familiar with this one as well. It's called what I'm gonna play. What I'll play. Yeah, I'll play Undress. Play that. But yeah, man, people finding a way to work things out with them exes, with them girls, man, and them guys. They finding a way to make it work in the midst of everything that's going on in this pandemic. I ain't mad at you though. Find a way to work it out with the ones you with, because you don't know what you're gonna get into out there. You think you're going back just to get some of that old time loving that you used to get, come back with a cough. You dig? So, but we're definitely gonna get into that and more. Let me play one more record and we're just gonna start the show. Smash the like button on the way in the room. Let me know where y'all coming from. It's all good, man.
Nothing, just studying. What are you doing?
I'm outside, baby. I just pulled up.
No, you're not. Stop playing with me.
For real. Look out your window.
I'm so glad you picked up the call. I never did this before. Often I'm the type of guy who just observes from afar. Know you see I'm in your DM daily. You ignore them all. Your baby daddy kinda crazy. My lady, she key up cars. But somehow, someway still, we have got involved. I know it's wrong, it ain't right. You paranoid, deleting messages, wishing you could phone me at night. You telling me I'm cheating on you when I'm boning my wife. Through thick and thin, undoubtedly, you never counted out to me. You never told on me, never outed me, never tagged or added me in photos when you were around with me, or tried to get clout off me. You know what you about to me, more than you'll ever know, more than I can ever show. But I'll do my best when we record our next episode. When I walk in, she's wearing my favorite dress. No question, no asking. She take it off, I say yes.
All you gotta do is undress. Let me get your body in check. I can relieve all your stress. All you gotta do is say yes. All you gotta do is undress. Let me get your body in check. I can relieve all your stress. All you gotta do is
I'm saying yes to the thought of meeting you. I know you got a girl, so we gotta keep it cool. And trust, if my nigga find out, it's the infamy in you. So baby, pay attention to the few creeping rules. Don't be calling late night, cause you gon' probably start a fight. Keep our feelings on the low, ain't nobody gotta know. Cause what we got really don't gotta be explained. The things you do to me, you do it better than my main. Every time you're gone, I'm wishing you come right back. Wishing you get it wet, push it and blow my back. It's just something about the secret that's been turning me on. Love when you blowing my phone so you can tell me she gone. Yeah, you already know I'ma say yes. We don't got a lot of time, say less. Quick, get the latex, always with the safe sex. Cause we don't want that drama from me sending you I'm latex, right?
all you gotta do is undress. Let me get your body in check. I can relieve all your stress. All you gotta do is say yes. All you gotta do is undress. Let me get your body in check. I can relieve all your stress. All you gotta do is say yes.
Girl, give me a sign, 'cause I can't read your mind. Oh, nod your head, touch my hand, girl, let me know. Say yes, ooh, say yes.
Say yes. All you gotta do is Let me get your body in check. I can relieve all your stress. All you gotta do is say yes. All you gotta do is undress. Let me get your body in check. I can relieve all your stress. All you gotta do is say yes.
Yes, yes, yes. What's popping, y'all? What's happening? This your man MARQ NASH back here with another great episode of Breaking the Beats. You already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and pretty much anything else we can squeeze into those letters. You see the thumbnail, you see what we're talking about today. It is Wednesday, hump day. Gonna get into a little bit of relationship talk. I'm gonna ask y'all, how do y'all feel about that? Are you any of you guys or girls? But have y'all ever went back to an ex? I've heard some people say, hey man, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. It ain't no going back. But I also hear some people say, the sex with your ex be the best, you know, the ex be the best sometimes. But I'm gonna ask you guys that, but how do you guys feel about that? I understand, especially in a pandemic, you may get lonely and you might want to go where things are familiar, especially if you are single. You can get lonely being quarantined. I get it. I get it 100%. But y'all broke up for a reason, right? It's a study out there. It said more people divorces are down. So maybe more people are trying to find a way to work things out with their exes in the middle of the pandemic. Reconnecting with an ex, it can be successful. I know a guy who was married, divorced, and actually remarried and re-divorced the same woman. Right. 2 weddings, 2 divorces, 1 girl. Cool brother too. One of my homies, one of my OGs. He don't even like to talk about it. He be like, man, don't bring that up. Don't bring it up. Trust me. He married the same girl twice, got divorced to the same girl twice. Some would say like it was a study saying, hey, if you're gonna go back with your ex, it's a time limit. You should give yourself time to heal first and get it out your system, and then try to talk, try to reconcile if that's what you want to do. They say at least 30 days. Some would say for it to be really successful, it should be at least a year. But a lot can happen in a year. You can have a baby in a year. Don't come back to me with the baby on you. You know what I'm saying? Don't come back to me with the baby on you. No disrespect. I love kids, but come on, man. You coming back with a baby? I don't know about that one. Shout out to Sir Senior. Shout out to Transcendent Sports. I see y'all. But have you guys ever did that? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments when we post a video. Have you ever reconnected with an ex-partner? And how did that work out? Me, myself, I'm guilty. I've done it more than one time. You get what I'm saying? Always found my way back with the ex at some point. And that's because I communicate with them. Shit, they probably might be one of my friends on Facebook. They follow me on YouTube, IG, whatever. But back then, I guess it was MySpace and things like that, and Black Planet. That's how old your boy is. Ugh. But yeah, man, I'm usually cool with my exes. They, I'm not a bad guy. I don't ruin the relationship. Now, granted, I have burnt some bridges with some, but for the most part, shit just didn't work out. I was too young. She was too young. And we just grew apart, especially just being a soldier, being in the army. You move around a lot. It's real easy to fall off. You get what I'm saying? In a relationship. But I want to ask you guys out there, let me know, do you guys still communicate with your exes? Even if it's just, casual, just passing each other, or maybe it was just on IG or something like that. And is that good? How does that work in your current relationship? He said MySpace. Yeah, I remember that old Facebook or Friendster. Wow, Friendster. Wow, that's real old. I don't even think I even got started on Friendster. I think I did Black Planet. I might have did Black People Meet. I might have had a Plenty of Fish account one time, or Tagged, and Facebook. Those about as far back as I go. But how do you guys still keep in touch with y'all exes? And if so, how does that work with your current relationship or not? But a lot of people are reconnecting with their exes because, like I said, it's lonely. You don't want to be quarantined alone. I mean, it's cool to be at home, but it can get lonely out there, right? So yeah, we old, bro. Hey, look, that's what it's all about. Life is about getting old, right? You want to live long enough to get old. It ain't cool to die young. Yeah, this probably gonna be a real short show because I got a lot of editing I'm trying to get done on this other video. But I just wanted to reach out to you guys about that. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. Reevaluate what happened. You get what I'm saying? Because some people think just because it's been some time that person has changed. Not necessarily, man. Old fools were once young fools. Let me say that again. Old fools were once young fools. One more time for the people in the back. Old fools were once young fools. So just because some time has went by doesn't mean that person has changed. My boy Wood said, nope, not ever going back. I'll be alone for the rest of my life, and I'm okay with that. Broke up for a reason. I get it. But do you still communicate with any of your exes? Some people still communicate. It's one thing to say I'm going back. It's another thing to say I'm going to smash too, Wood. But is it possible? Like, people break up, and you'll set things in motion and have actions to move forward, and then one day you just get that call, just get that ghost call out of nowhere. Hey, what's going on? It's been a long time. Or they might pull up, hit you with this. Hello? Hey, stranger. Shawty, I ain't know what you want, man. You get what I'm saying? Some of them you don't even answer the phone. You're like, man, I know this bitch needs something. Every time they call, they want something, right? But it says right here, it was like somebody was like, it's a study saying you should wait 30 days. In most cases, you should wait at least 30 days before you speak to your ex again. If you and your ex were together for years and have just broken up for the first time, you may need to extend that to a no contact for at least 6 weeks. I think it's all about how y'all broke up too, man. Like if I came in there and caught you smashing my best man on the wedding, I probably can't deal with that. But if we just, because when people say it was a mutual breakup, is that even possible to have a mutual breakup? Because it's not like we doing paper, rock, scissors, 1, 2, 3, break up. 1, 2, 3, stay together. You get what I'm saying? Somebody brought up the conversation. Somebody said, hey, we need to talk. And in my experience, a lot of times when you breaking up with people, you kind of already broke up before it got started, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? Before it's actually over, it's kind of been over. It's been over since she got that new job or since you started going out to the club more. Ricky Williams, what's up, King? Ricky said, nah. You said nah to the what? Going back with the ex? We'll see. Have you ever did it? You can pull up, Rick. The link is out there. I love to chop it up with you about this. You got some experience. But yeah, people are reconnected with their exes during coronavirus. Not me. I'm still with Mrs. Nash and everything's cool. I have communicated with ex-girls and all that, but that's not nothing new. Like I said, I see them on my Facebook and on my IG every day, so it's nothing for me to say, hey, what's going on, how you doing, or vice versa. They comment on my baby's picture, they comment on my wife's picture, oh, she's gorgeous, things like that, which is always kind of weird. Like, why are you liking my wife's picture? But okay, all right, whatever, I'll just keep it moving. But it is what it is, right? But is it possible to still be friends with the ex? Is it possible that we can break up and still be friends? And when I say friends, I ain't talking about like how I'm friends with my exes, like, you know, Facebook or IG. I mean, like, nah, we cool. We in the same town or see each other at group gatherings, like you see on TV on shows like Friends or Martin. You know, people break up and they still hanging out in group gatherings. I've never been in that situation where I broke up with somebody. Maybe in high school. Nah, that still wasn't no group gathering. That might have just been something for the whole senior class. But yeah, I never really kicked it with the ex after we broke up. Usually when we break up. We don't see each other, speak to each other for a while. If we do, we reconnect. It is what it is. But are you any of y'all friends? I mean, friends, like, hey, how you doing? How your grandma doing? Stuff like that. I probably got one friend I'm like that where I used to talk to her. I check on her grandma and stuff like that, and vice versa when my grandmothers were living. But he said, what'd he say? He said dating apps all trash. Really? I don't know, man. I don't know. I know some quality girls that are using dating apps, and the guys up there are looking for a smash and dash. These girls up there trying to find a soulmate. He said, Ricky Williams said, two on the on the mutual breakup. He was like, he was laughing about that. He said, yes, you can be friends. I think it's very possible. Especially, and this is not dealing with children. No children are involved now. Because you got children involved. I would like to think you guys can, how do you say, amicable? Guys can just talk things out and work things on it. But they say it's about 60% of couples get back together with their exes. 60%. That's a high number, man. 60%. I don't see it. I don't get it. Is reconnecting. Let me find my notes right here. But my thing is, why? Is it like just because they call, you reconnect with them? Because you can just say what's up to them, check it out, see how you're doing. But they said it's a steps to it. Like the first step to reconnecting with your ex is step 1, call them on the phone. Duh, right? Number 2, focus on getting them to laugh and smile and get rid of the awkwardness by, being on their guard. That was step 2. They said focus on trying to make them smile and get rid of the awkwardness. It's gonna be awkward though, especially if you guys haven't spoke. Like, you just call me out the blue, knock knock, who's there? Me, nigga. Like, no, like, why you on my phone, shorty? You get what I'm saying? So that's weird, especially if you broke up, like you cheated or something like that. Come on, man. Like, we got to have a conversation. Or somebody would feel like you had to have a conversation. Me, I wouldn't even want to talk about it. Say reactivate the feelings of respect and attraction. Step 3, reactivate the feelings of respect and attraction. Like I said, man, all of these steps, this is cool. This shit is shallow though. It's all surface level. Catch up to say hello in person. Now, I'm notorious for this. When people say, hey man, let's get together, man, catch up, like we just did. What else we gonna catch up on? We just caught up. Should we catch up right now on Facebook? I can see what you've been up to. You on the same shit? See, because I made this thumbnail and I started this show, but this show actually was supposed to be yeah, she's a baddie, but she's not good for you. I think I'll do that one next week. But definitely got to bring that up. But sorry, y'all, bear with me for 1 second. Let me see. So this is another one. This another list I was looking at right here, and it was like, okay, step 1. If this is for the people trying to reconcile with your ex, apologize, right? hopefully you already did that, but what does an apology do? That admits fault, right? That admits you did something wrong. Somebody did something egregious, but to each his own. But you got to try to say something, because we broke up for a reason. Some things you just can't fix. You get what I'm saying? Some things it is what it is. It's like it's no going back, or some things are just phenotypes. Like, okay, I just wasn't tall enough for you. You want a guy at least 6'4", even though you 5'2", you want a guy 6'4". Okay, but or like the cheating, man, it's hard to get back from that. Like I said, I'm gonna just move forward from that one. But the first step was apologies. Number 2 was like send a friendly text. Say something like, "Hey, I ran into our friend the other day, and she said you recently accomplished something cool. I'm happy that you're doing well, and maybe we can talk sometime and catch up." Man, if you don't get the hell up out of here with that, man, you ain't getting no reply to that. She's not gonna reply to that, man. Don't do that. Hey, I bumped into Pam the other day, and she said, "Oh, you about to graduate from school, and I just think that's cool." Crickets. Meet for coffee. Meet for a coffee. Yeah, emotional distance is a beautiful thing, man. And once you get with that, and you master being emotionally unattached and emotionally distant from certain people and certain things, like you can have a conversation with your ex. You can go sit down and have a coffee with them. You get what I'm saying? And you don't want no box. I don't want nothing from you, shorty. I don't want nothing from you other than seeing what the hell you call me for. Like it's something wrong. Like you need a kidney because you can't get it. But more importantly, I don't think you're my match anyway. But like, I don't get this, man. I don't know who wrote this stuff out, but I can't really get with some of this. I'm not about to say, hey, let's go meet up for coffee. Who does that anyway? That's something I always see on TV. Want to go grab a coffee? Go get some coffee? Bruh. Have y'all ever just told a girl, let's go grab some coffee? I don't know. I never did it. Never did it. Get help from your mutual friends. Now, that might be a way in. I know it's kind of cheesy and corny, but that might be your way in the door. You probably could get in the door like that. Don't call her and say, though, like it said in number 1, call her and say, hey, I bumped into Pam the other day. And she told me you just got promoted. You did blah, blah, blah. I think that's cool. Bro, don't do that. If anything, tell Pam, I want my girl back. Help me out. Pam gonna let you know when she don't moved on or she about to get engaged. She'll be able to give you some information. She'll let you know, like, hey, yeah, she kind of feeling you too. Yo, or like, hey, man, that girl went through a lot getting over you. I don't think it's a good time. Or, hey, man, she still wants you. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I never did this, but I can imagine. That this might work. I had this one chick one time. Story time. Had this chick, right? All right, here we go. I used to talk to this girl, and her mama kind of was the reason how we got together. Her mom was like, she actually thought I was a different guy named Q. She thought I was a different Q, but she was like, yeah, I think you go to school with my daughter. And I was like, yeah. Thing, what's your daughter name? She said her name. I thought her daughter was a different girl. We started talking. We broke up. Shorty was kind of a little aggressive. She had been in an abused relationship prior to me, and she actually became abusive. Like we would get in an argument, and she'd just want to hit a dude, and I'd be like, yo, don't do that. To this day, first and only girl I think that ever struck me, and I was like, yo, don't do that. And we ended up breaking up essentially, in my opinion, because of that. Like, she was like super emotional and super like aggressive. Like, she'll get mad and like slap the shit out you, like, or just grab you something. You don't want to grab your clothes. Where you think you're going? I'm like, hold up, I'm going home. Going to my mama's house. Where you? Like, come on, I'm like 17 at the time, 17, 18, about to join the army. I'm like, yo, are you grabbing on me, yo? Are you crazy? But she was like that because the guy she was with prior to was abusive. So we broke up, and her mom called me a couple times. A lot of times that's what it is. I had another chick I broke up with, and her grandma had called me and was trying to get us back together. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I dated a chick at church, and her dad tried to get us back together. Yeah, man, been a couple times where I had parents like that try to get us back together. I had this one girl, her I thought her friend was trying to get us back together. This was when I was in the Army. I was in Texas at the time. Shout out to San Antonio, Fort Sam Houston. I was there, and I bumped into this girl. Me and her had a thing going. When I leave there, I go to Korea. While I'm in Korea, I see her friend, and I think she's trying to get me and her friend back together. But no, she was trying to holler, and did. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, but step 5 they got over here say try to find a jumping point. What they even mean by that? Find a jumping off point, like find a way to jump it off. Yeah, you gotta find a way. But I'm not really for that reconnecting with your ex just because it's COVID and you lonely and stuff like that. I think that's kind of manipulative. You know what I'm saying? How long can that even really last? You know, you only call them because you're lonely or because it's COVID. Sound like a bunch of bull to me too, Wood. Nah, I ain't saying nothing either, man. I send you my best regards, deuces. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like I said though, I'm different, man. Like I'm still cool with all of my exes. I don't really think I don't look at them like that because so much time has elapsed. Some of them fell all the way off too. Like, oh, hey, you ain't look like that. Like, you kind of like I used to like her. You look like this. You get what I'm saying? So it's always different. It's always weird. But I don't know, man. I don't not have all the answers, but I definitely think it works for some people. Some people it works. Some people always reconnect with their ex. I got a homeboy right now. I know for a fact he married. He got a couple kids. He say he's happily married, but any and every time he goes visit his hometown, he find a way to get up with his ex. You get what I'm saying? And they might make things happen. I don't know. I ain't in their bedroom, but he pretty cool with his ex. They make things happen. Christina Buckner said, an ex is an ex for a reason. Yeah, but people change, right? Sometimes people change, people grow apart, but sometimes people can grow into being more like-minded. Like, people mature. Keep it a buck. Some people can mature. Sometimes it's just not even like I want to be with them. You want to be with them. Sometimes it just might just be still that attraction is there. It's just sometimes they just have a magnetic personality, or they know you. They might know you better than the person you with now because y'all had such history, or the history goes back so far. But let me grab my notes right here. Like I said, man, this ain't gonna be a real long one because I definitely got to get it back into editing. But I'll drop the link out here if anybody want to pull up. The link is in the description block where it's on the screen. Let me pull this up. You just went in. The better question is, how do you get over a bad breakup? You get what I'm saying? How do you? Should have asked that. That should have been the topic of the night. Because some people just don't know how to get over a bad breakup. You know, they want to off themselves and do things like that. And shit, that ain't the move, my G. That is definitely not the move. You'll be all right. You definitely gonna be all right. You can move on. How they say, this too shall pass. Trust me, it'll pass, bro. Definitely pass. Sit around, listen to don't sit around listening to Boys to Men, I'm doing just fine all day. You get what I'm saying? You'll be all right. You definitely will be all right. Oh, let me do this too and put the phone line up here. Wait a number. Boop, boop, boop. Where is the number at? Hope I didn't delete it because I don't even know the number by heart. There we go. That's the number to the show. The number to the show is on the screen. If anybody want to call in versus beaming in. But what was I at? Where was I at? Calling the phone. But yeah, man, that might be about it. That was pretty much it. All I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I just wanted to find out what you guys think about that. Should you connect with your ex, or shouldn't you? Are you guys guilty of doing that? Like I said, I'm guilty. I'm very guilty. I've reconnected with several exes over the past. Like I said, it's familiar. Like I said, you might have good chemistry with the person. People change, time pass, and shit. Sometimes you might want to see what that thing hitting for. Like, damn, man, you still do that thing, dude? Cause that shit was. Let me stop, man. Let me see. She was like, yo, Neo, what's up, my G? What if you didn't have a bad breakup and you're still in love with your ex, but they're married? That's a good question, because some people don't think they had a bad breakup, but people be hurt. You get what I'm saying? So you might not think that person that we had a bad breakup, but in their mind, you are awful. You are a monster. So I guess it depends on the person and situation. Are they happily married? You get what I'm saying? But definitely, man, when it's marriage, man, you gotta be careful with that all the time, man, because people will kill you over their spouse, man. My boy said he rolling through Texas. Shout out to my man out there on the road, out there moving and shaking on their road. But yeah, people will kill you over their spouses, man. I did a story on Monday about the guy who cut off his neighbor's penis for sleeping with his wife. Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good question. What if you didn't have a background? Evidently, though, you still in love with them. You should ask them, do they love you? Because they are married, so they definitely must love somebody else. But definitely a good question. But it goes back to, if you're ex, they're your ex for a reason, right? Some would say that. With that said, let me go out to North Carolina. My boy Sir Senior Double O. What up, man?
What's up with you? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. I said, man, just trying to do my show, do my little 1-2 thing. Just trying to stay active, keep my word. I said I was going to do this 3 times a week. Like I said, some days I do not feel like doing this shit. Even though I love the audience. I love you all and I appreciate y'all taking y'all time to listen. But some days I'll be like, oh man, it's Wednesday. I want to watch this movie. I want to watch this show. I need to work on this video. You get what I'm saying? I just have so many other responsibilities, but this is one of them. So I just got to keep my word, be a man of my word. Even if I ain't here for 2 hours, at least showed up, right?
Exactly.
Hey, so how you feel about the topic? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's just keeping your word, staying consistent. Find a way to get past, daily life struggles, it's trials and tribulations.
No, that's right. So let me ask you, man, have you ever you see the topic, right?
Yeah, I got a bad habit of that. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like I got a bad habit of I don't know, I think my light above is too bright. But I got a bad habit of going back to the exes or whatever, like especially they'll hit you with the, oh well, I've changed and you were so great and I didn't know what I had it. You're like, of course you didn't. Of course. You know how we get with, of course. So, but then, they be the same. The
Bro, I'm guilty of that too, though. I'm guilty of it too. What is it about the exes, man?
Because it's familiar territory, man. It's like going back to high school. It's like, man, I used to wrestle right there, man. I used to shoot a jumper right there. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, you're like, okay, it's familiar territory. Like I've been here before. So it's like, it's almost like coming home, but you ain't really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really your home.
So you say you're guilty of the X Factor?
Yes, sir. I was in the X Factor like Bishop. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. How did you fall into that? What started? They called you, you called them?
My exes are big on like calling me like, so after a while, like I'm really big on being loyal. So after they like, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm with somebody and I'm trying to make this work. So, you know, we can't flirt, we can't this, we can't that. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on flirting or whatever. At least I used to be. So the exes will be like, hey, well, you know, I want that old thing back. I want that hair wig trash. You like me. You like, but you know, I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, I got somebody. Just like, oh, well, we could be friends. It's like they all got the same handbook. They're like, oh, well, you know, we could all just go out on a friendly date. We could double date, or I'll take y'all both out to coffee, or like, nigga, you lying.
I just said that earlier. Like, what's up with the coffee?
That's a line. Most people don't go to coffee.
Right. You take somebody out to the coffee. They don't even order coffee.
Yeah, but the coffee house
right to the Waffle House. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the coffee house joint is nice though. Whenever you be like, oh, we were going out for coffee. I mean, you usually get, if you get anything similar to coffee, it's a frappe, but usually it's always smoothies or something. But they've always found a reason why they ex can't show up, or they gotta rush away, and then they're like, well, we'll catch up with you later. It's always some sneaky stuff with that coffee stuff. I'll just put it that way. Yeah.
Okay.
You only go to coffee for business and cheating. Cheating business. You feel me?
Damn, that's what you think. Okay, somebody asked this. They said, what if y'all didn't have a bad breakup and you still in love with the ex, but they're married? Christina said that.
Yeah, you want to stay all the way away from that. Because I have an ex, I ain't gonna say her name, Stephanie. No, that ain't her name. Just playing, that ain't her name.
Oh god, that was hilarious. Whether it was true or not, it don't got to be true if it's funny. Go ahead.
Nah, I was about to do it though. I ain't gonna do it to her, but because as T.I. say, she's still married. She married now.
But go ahead, man. So, but you said you would stay away from that.
Stay away from it because that's gonna lead to trouble. Mm-hmm.
If you get caught.
If you don't get caught, it's gonna lead to trouble because one or two things are gonna happen. You're gonna piss that person off, or piss yourself off, or you're gonna do the exact opposite. And whenever that's even worse. Now, ending up badly, even if you get caught or not, is one thing. But when it turns into something where you feel like it's something good, that's a problem. That's a problem because you're going to keep going back. She's going to want to keep going back. He's going to want to keep going back. And then next thing you know, you cause the divorce. Or they should be divorced. And they're still together just in name alone. And all of that extra, you know, that she's doing for you or he's doing for you, they're supposed to be doing that for their spouse. So now you're destroying not only a marriage, you're destroying a family. And that is on your soul.
Yeah, man, you're a Christian, man, and you go to church every Sunday, so I knew you weren't gonna ride with it, man. But but seriously though, it's one thing to say, hey, we reconnecting. It's another thing to say you're in love with that person.
Yes, you know, and that's how it happens. Is that
like you're in love with them? Like that means you want them to leave you want them to leave the husband, or you want them to leave the wife. That's not just, hey, look, I got my own thing, you got your own thing. I'm in your town, you know, bada bing, bada boom, you know.
Yeah, and that's something different. It's like when you in love with that person that makes the person crazier. The person you're dealing with and their spouse when they find out. And you don't want that situation where, like we talked about, Monday. You don't want none of that. You don't want no crazy spouse coming after you. You don't want that spouse to say, okay,
trying to cut your tallywhack off.
And it's over. It's over.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm guilty, man. And I'm not proud of this, but I have been with a married woman before. And my biggest fear was she would get so mad and so upset with her husband that she would say, well, that's why I've been fucking Marcus. Like,
why they always do that?
Why did you do that? I gotta see him. I gotta come see. I mean, I gotta see him, man. I'm gonna see this dude. Why would you do that? But I feel like that women are tell. Even like I just feel like women tell on themselves, even if they ain't got caught, they'll be like, I just want you to know and I'm sorry. I'm leaving with my ex. Why did you tell him?
Yep. And then like, so he gonna ask the questions. He's gonna ask these questions.
Was he bigger than me?
What made you sleep with him and mess with him in the first place? Was he better than me? And would you do it again?
All that she gonna say, I don't know why I did it. Was he? But no, he won't better than you. And I'm sorry. Well, and no, it ain't gonna happen again. Come on, bro. You already know how that go. Neo, what's up?
But you might get one of them honest ones that slip up and tell the truth first. And it slip out yet. I'm like, it was amazing. I mean, amazingly horrible.
That nigga gonna cry in the car. Gonna cry in the car. Sidebar, my baby does this face all the time. When she about to cry, she looks just like this. I need to put her face up here. She is so adorable when she about to cry. But Neo, what's up, my man? Talk to me.
Man, this is a loaded question, a slippery slope, and I'm gonna tread lightly. Right? I mean,
hey, your mic sounds good, so whatever you're doing it right. Keep treading.
Man, okay. Sir Senior, he had a point where he was like, it's bad, something bad always happens. Bro, even on my side of the fucking table, I mean, look, we on both opposite ends here. He is a Christian. I am absolutely not. And the same thing applies. It's bad juju over here. You fucking with somebody's relationship, you're straying away. Because that's the number one thing that I keep running into when I'm doing my work over here. I mean, even, okay, I'll put myself on the table a little bit. I'm going to put a little flesh on the table. I went down that road too. All right?
Hey, look, all three of us have been guilty of doing that. Like, it ain't no secret. We all have admitted to, yeah, man, I went back and got with my ex before. More than once, more than one ex. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, before I was like in a relationship, I was kind of stuck in between. We had a bad breakup, and I already knew, like, I mean, for once, this was not my fault. I didn't do it. I take some of the blame because it takes two to tango in a relationship. However, I wasn't the one in the wrong in this situation. We had a bad breakup, and it was one of them moments where she came back talking about the same thing that our senior said. I've changed. I've done some growing. Let's have some coffee. You ain't want no damn coffee. You just want something hot and black. Get the fuck out of here.
Transcendent Sports, I don't quite understand this question. Yeah, but go ahead. I just want to let Transcendent Sports know I don't really understand the question that he got right here. If y'all understand what he's saying, y'all can help me out. But
I can't read right now.
Yeah, not you. Just talking to anybody out there or either Sir Senior. But yeah, man, like I said, man, we all have been guilty of it. How do you feel about Let me go back to my notes where I wrote it down. Sorry about that. How do you how did it work out? Like, was it just like, were we trying to get together? Was it just getting back together? Was it just, some sex? Or was it like, hey, we're trying to be a relationship? Like I told a story earlier. I got a buddy of mine. He got married and divorced and then remarried and re-divorced that same lady. So two marriages, two divorces, one girl.
That's a ball peen hammer to the head. Why are you expecting something different?
Because people change, but sometimes people change. Time heals all wounds. You realize, hey, I'd rather have this person that I know versus the person I don't. I don't have all the answers. I'm just saying. That's what people.
In my opinion, people grow, people learn new stuff. They don't change. It's the same old person. You may learn a valuable lesson, but that don't mean you changed. You're the same motherfucker. I'm sorry. You remember the same things that you've done. A lot of people say, "Oh, I forgot about that." Yeah, right. Your memory don't work that way. I deal in science, bruh. There ain't that's not how that works. Traumatic things that happen to you release certain types of chemicals that don't allow your body to forget those things, because it's a trauma. It's a lesson to survive. Your body doesn't do that. It's like muscle memory. Those traumas get implanted in a different filing cabinet in your brain. I'm sorry, but it's just how that works. They can say, "Oh, I forgot about that." I don't believe one word that just came out of your mouth. I'm sorry. I'm going to be bluntly honest with that. I have a older brother that I use as an example. This man was top dog player number 1 from what I can see. I could have easily just went through his playbook, used all of his notes, and been number 2. Like, I don't know what Afro Samurais, swinging everything. But that wasn't in my character. And when I tried to do that, when I tried to go down that, because I was trying to, I don't know, sow some royal oats, like fucking Coming to America or something. It was
Prince Hakeem.
When I was trying to get my Prince Hakeem on, my character stood up and it was like, "No, bro, this game ain't for you. Call me a simp or not, but this is just not in my character. I'm the type that would rather have a stable foundation rather than just slinging dick all willy-nilly. It's just not what I like doing."
Okay.
So when I actually did do that, it was more along the lines like, "Oh, okay, this is just a one-time thing. There's probably nothing going on here." But I got told that, "Oh, okay, we're going to try to work on a relationship," when in fact the opposite was the ultimate goal, just to hit it quick and be done with. There was no change. Right? So you can preach all that you want, that, yeah, I've changed, I've grown, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. But like Yoda said, there is no try, only do. We just did. Get the fuck on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna reel it in. I'll reel it in. But yeah, that's treading lightly on some of the things that I've gone through, just to, I mean, even talking about some of this stuff opens up old wounds. It will trigger certain things in my karma, and I've done too much to try to counter all of the negative things that I've done, to go back and revisit some of that stuff without it coming back and being like, "Hey, here I am. You forgot about me." Nah. vaguely stated, if you are going to
Hold on, real quick. Hey, y'all, get that IG Manny out of here, y'all. That's what the moderator's for. And that right there, y'all can definitely get this out of here. And y'all can block them. I appreciate it. That's what those wrenches for when we get that stuff like that. That's some spam in here. But go ahead, my G.
Yeah, give them the old Oprah Winfrey. You get a block. You get a block. You get a block.
It was like, hey, how are you doing? Are you still searching for a job? From the comfort of your home with no startup. IG Manny. Please get IG Manny up out of here. Let me see if I can do it.
What the hell is it?
See, it ain't popped up over here on this other one. Yeah, let me move this around. But go ahead, my G.
Bots are real.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, this is a sensitive topic. I'm not sure if I'm the one to be jumping on here because I seriously I pull this up in my cards a lot, especially when I'm dealing with younger folks. Younger folks tend to get caught up in their generational curses and not realizing that their generational curses are coming from horrible relationship issues that they got from those experiences they got from their parents. It's kind of a weird thing how it passes down generationally. Like your grandparents had a jacked up relationship, that jacked up relationship translates to your parents' jacked up relationship, and inevitably your jacked up relationship comes from the things that you saw in those encounters. That's what a generational curse is. That it's something that gets passed down, that you don't have any intentions on actually pursuing those types of messed up situations, but ultimately they still manifest themselves like anyway. Like they come up anyway. You end up doing it subconsciously and don't even realize that you're doing it. A young lady that I was reading, she was messing with an older guy. She hasn't slept with. She didn't sleep with him yet, but they were definitely going that direction. But she pulled up a few different cards, and I'm like, okay, if you keep going this direction, you're gonna end up with a baby. And how old are you again? Oh, okay, that's cool. How old was your mother when she had you? Oh, what a quinky dink. Now, how old was your grandmother when she had your mom? Oh, there's some coincidental numbers here, right? Did you ask your mom what happened in that relationship when she got pregnant with you? And where's your father at? See, these generational curses come up in that sort of way too. We don't realize that that sort of thing happens and manifests itself in the types of relationships, especially going back to your ex. They're moved on in another relationship, but because you feel whole, they're comfortable with you, they feel like they can come back. That's an ego trip too. Like that's directly tied to narcissism and your ego.
That's deep.
You know, so you'd be surprised at how many times I keep coming across that same sort of thing. And it's not even like it's just one state. I mean, state hopping from state to state to state. I do my readings. I have my regular clients that I go and see, or they come and see me when I'm in town. I read their cards, and they're still dealing with this same sort of malarkey. And they expect different results. 9 times, actually, I would say half of the people that I do this work for, they actually gather that information and move on. They move on, they better themselves, they change their life, and it's a good thing. But the ones that keep coming back, I'm like, bro, you're addicted to just seeing your like this negative stuff. You're addicted to seeing the negative, or you won't grow past it. You keep doing the same things over and over and over again, expecting a different result when you haven't done the last thing that I told you to do. Right. So again, going too deep. Pause and whatnot. Uh, but yeah, I try not to put myself too much on the table because I got a lot of stuff that I had to fix in order to move on and grow in my life. My wife is probably the best thing that will ever happen to me. I mean, aside from winning the lotto, you know, my wife is that. that man. And you say
All
you
right.
got to find the one, but that's the one for me. I'm sorry.
Hey, look, if that was treading lightly, man, that was 13 minutes, man, nonstop. But
Wow.
no, I'm good. No, I'm messing with you. My man said, I just want to tread lightly. 13 minutes later. Hey, man. So, like I was saying,
2 hours later.
2
I was
hours.
waiting for somebody to jump in and be like, all right, bro, but yeah, that was cool.
Nah, it's all good, man. We appreciate you being over here. Um, I asked Omega, I said, have you ever went? I'm hearing this still twice somewhere. I think somebody still got the YouTube open. I said, have you ever reconnected with an ex? She said, nope. She said, never have. And the only one I would love to reconnect with is my ex-husband, but he's remarried. Look, somebody said that earlier in the chat. It was another woman. She said, what if you're still in love with your ex, but they are married now and y'all didn't have a bad breakup? I asked, I was like, what do you consider a bad breakup? Because you might think, hey, this one that bad, you know, but in his mind, you the worst, you horrible. You get what I'm saying? Sir, you laughing. Go ahead. You take the floor.
Yeah, that's it's funny because like I wouldn't say really a bunch of my exes. I'll say one ex in particular thought, you know, according to her, if you know, unless it's somebody who actually knows me personally as well, they'll be like, oh, well, he was the worst thing since worst things. Um, the devil ain't got nothing on him and all this kind of stuff. But then like you ask her direct questions and it'll be a different story. So that's why I thought it was like hilarious because my ex, you know, would say like I'm a horrible person, but she went and got according to other people, it's not my interpretation, but she got an ugly fat version of me. So, you know, and his name is Chris, just like me. And he's almost my complexion. And he's almost my same height. You can't bone get a clone.
Bro, she got a type. That's all that is.
And in between that, that's not what she dated though. So she says she got a type, but the truth is that's what she married though. She married now. I's married now.
You crazy. I'm getting an echo over there. Is your YouTube still open too, sir? Because you usually can have your mic unmuted and I don't get an echo.
Nah, I guess it's this phone because when it wasn't doing that early on my other phone because I was just on the other phone, but on this phone I guess it's doing that.
Okay. Try to change the settings in the StreamYard. Click that where it says mic at. Maybe it's on the. You can change that setting. Like tell it you got it on speakerphone because it might just be on default. You can fix that. Transcendent Sports. Talk to me.
What up, bro? How are you doing?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. How about you?
Man, I'm always good, even when it's bad, man.
Hey, missed your birthday, man. Sorry, happy belated birthday.
Hey, I'm still celebrating. You got the cash app right there at the bottom of the screen.
All right, bro.
Have at it. But seriously though, have you you ever reconnected with an ex?
No, I haven't.
Never.
No.
Do you know? Have you had an ex try to reconnect with you?
Other than like saying what's up, how's it going? Like, to the point, like
that's how it started.
Yeah, but that's not never to the point though. Go to say hi, and that's about it. But I do have like friends who reconnected with ex, and the one I said on the comment is one of my friends who has been a long time Is it okay if I tell you this story?
Absolutely. Hold on. Let
All
me give you
right.
the drop. Let me give you the drop. Story time. Hit me.
Yeah. So I got a friend who is a good friend of mine, and he's madly in love with his best friend, but it's a woman, of course. But she's like married, and and I told him that to let it go, and she friend zoned him. So he asked her like a long time ago, and so they're you know I guess they're like, oh, let's just be friends. And I think my friend never got over that hump of let them just be friends. So when she got married, when she got engaged, my friend was really having a hard time and those stuff. And now that woman is now married, and I told him to just let it go. I also told him to let it go as their friendship, like let their friendship let go as well, because it'll never work. Because he'll probably be extremely jealous, or probably just hurting himself. And honestly, I feel bad for him, but I also feel like he needs to learn, right? Um, she's happily married, and I'm happy for her. But I'm looking at my friend like you need to let her go as a friend and just try to move on. So other than that, yeah, it's friends around me I seen going through situation going back to ex, and sometimes it's a positive thing. They're married, they have kids. Some of them is just bad things happen, like much more worse breakups. So it's complicated, right? People do change, but sometimes I feel like you have to change yourself before that uh, relationship be re-entered again. That's how I feel.
Oh, are you of the matter of fact? Let me get King Gage Math in. I'll come right back to you. King Gage Math, talk to me.
What's up, fam? Salute to everybody on the panel. Salute to everyone listening to the show. Peace and blessings. What's good?
Hey, King Gage Math, have you ever reconnected with an ex? It's the question of the day.
I would say we.
He said we. That's French. He said we.
Well, exactly, because it was consensual on both behalf. I don't know who threw the first stone, or reached out, but yeah, spent Valentine's Day with her. I sent you some pictures.
Look at you. Yeah. Oh yeah. You did show me that. That was what when was that though? What year was that?
What year was what?
That was this Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, let me ask you this. You don't know how it happened, right? So is it something you guys thinking about keeping going, or was it just like still trying to figure it out?
No, I mean, as far as something long term, I have children, that as well, multiple children. So they got to be in 100% approval of if this is going to be something, to death do us part type of talk. Other than that, I'm like I said many a times before, I'm a live and let live person. I'm living my life. And at any given time, she could say, "Oh, no, I'm through with that," or she just want to come back for fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay, cool. As long as you keep it, you peaceful and respectful as far as what I have going on with my children. But no, me and her been going back and forth for a while now. The better half of a decade.
Oh wow. So this wasn't just the first time y'all reconnected.
No,
it happens
she
often. Okay.
moved in, moved out, moved back in, moved out. Well, the move in thing, I think after the second time, I was like, okay, enough of that. I ain't forget all your crocodile tears and all that shit. It just ain't happened because once again, my children and my home sanctity is priority number one. Probably shouldn't have let her move back in the second time, but it wasn't like I was expecting a different result. It was just all about what her word is. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the song, the Anita Baker song, "I'ma be better," I'ma be, and all that. And then hold up, motherfucker, look like you lied to me. So deuces. But I mean, still, it's not about kicking out and all that. She could hold her own, you know, got her own car, got her own house and all that stuff. But I think we're at the point to where we know we can't day to day live with each other. We still need our space. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go do what I do. She go do what she do, and it's still much respect.
So you don't think it can work out with exes? You agree with Christina earlier? She had said they're your ex for a reason.
Oh yeah. There's a reason for it. I wouldn't dispute that. Yeah, they're an ex for a reason, but then they come back for a reason as well.
Come back for that wood. That's what they coming back for.
Well, I'm not that narcissistic. I let them be the judge of that. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Hey, I'm all that" or whatever the case. I'm not. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, it is. I'm talking about me. Shoot,
okay.
You 55 cent on 55 mil. They coming back for a check. Just a joke. Just a joke.
Yeah, because hold on, that cheap motherfucker.
But let's pass it around. Let's get some other people involved.
I do her echo though.
So
It's sir saying.
Or it's still the same.
Yeah, it's still the same. So it was a study I was reading. It said during the pandemic, studies have shown divorce numbers are down and more people are reconnecting with the ex-partner. How do y'all feel about that? I feel like people's like, hey man, I would like to go over there and see what was going on, but I'd rather just, work things out, with the person I'm with than to, you think you're going over to get some WAP, you're gonna get a WAP and a cough. Come back with a runny nose or something. So you probably just better off working it out with the one you with. What say you guys?
I got a mixed. Somebody's mic is on, and I am hearing myself again.
Sir Senior. Every time you hear the echo, it's gonna be Sir Senior. But we working on it. Go ahead. It ain't this. I wouldn't diss my boy, but go ahead. Not to his face.
All right. Well, there's a weird kind of thing going on where you're forced to be in confined space with this person, and you have to break down walls and barriers of conversation in order to maintain that small space. It could be, I don't care how big your house is, whatnot. When you're in that confined space, you have to deal with that person. You have no choice but to finally communicate. So chances are those relationships that were lacking in communication and had the maturity to be able to come to an agreement, an understanding, then yeah, you and your ex could possibly rehash something and come to a full understanding and figure out what chemistry sparked you guys' love or passion for each other in the first place. Or the opposite can happen. You can finally come to a conclusion where, okay, we weren't meant to be in the first place, right? And we just we jumped into it too quickly, or we're not compatible in that way. We have too many things that are working against us to actually force something. So again, that agreement could be we should part ways. Okay. Either one of those things is still kind of a good thing, but being confined to quarantine forces you to have to talk. So it's kind of like nature being a good counselor.
Or things can go from bad to worse. Kill somebody you in there with them too long if you don't really like them, or you realize how much you really don't like them. Or let me pass it around a little bit though. Transcendent Sports, talk to me. Why do you think people are? Because that can work two ways. Yeah, divorces are down. That don't mean people aren't breaking up. That just mean they can't afford to get divorced. Shit, my job just got shut down. You get what I'm saying? So in the meantime, I'm going to reconnect with my ex. So both of these things could be happening at the same time. That don't mean the people are working things out in their marriages. They could just be breaking up, going to holler at your ex. But what do you think about this? People are divorce numbers are down and people are reconnecting with their ex. You think those two things are connected, or do you think those are two separate things during the pandemic? Because I think some people might just be lonely and just working at home. Like, shit, let me call Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Or let me call Kim. You get what I'm saying? Or and that shit just works out that way. Or hey, I'm gonna try to work things out with my old ladies since I can't go holler at my side bitches no more anyway. Talk to me, Transcended.
I mean, again, different situations, right? Everybody goes to a different situation, so it varies on what's going on with their life, right? Some people, like you said, some people are just maybe just getting back together. Maybe they're lonely. Maybe they're just getting back together. Maybe they improve themselves and thinking that reconnecting can actually help the relationship early, like you know, re-heal the relationship, as they say. Divorce rates, surprisingly, divorce rates here in Canada are extremely high. It's 55%. So that's really high here in Canada.
Did the numbers go down during the pandemic?
No. Well, I don't know. I haven't checked it like recently, but like last time I checked, it was maybe this is prior to with COVID, but it was 55%. It was 55% of the divorce rate here in Canada. So it's like one and another person. Let's say two people in the room, one of them is going to get divorced, and it's scary, because here in Canada, it's pretty expensive to get divorced, right? I'm pretty sure it's pretty expensive to get divorced in America. I don't know the laws and the rules there, but here it's pretty expensive. So um, maybe some people just don't want to get divorced because it's how expensive it is, because they don't have the money. I mean, they hate each other, but they don't want to get divorced, so they just kind of like get along with it. But yeah, I think it's just different. It's just different perspective and different situation kind of plays the situation or like the outcome of that relationship. That's what I think.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I would say that um, at first they were saying that there was a lot of divorces, and then longer the pandemic went, they said divorces went down. It's like I guess everybody who was looking for an out took that out real early, and then the people who just needed that time to actually get to know themselves and get to know their mate again, was forced to do it. It's like you can't run from it now. You can't, play around it and just, oh, well, I'm gonna just go to work or I'm gonna just go partying or whatever else. So you don't have that escape. So you had to deal with your problems. Um, a similar thing is a lot of people are looking into therapy. A lot of people are still avoiding it, but it's some people who are looking into therapy and things of that nature as well now because they didn't have the distraction of working and playing and all of that stuff. So sometimes you have to just have that extra time to sit down and see, who you really are in the mirror. And once you can see yourself and you can see your mate, you're like, well, dang, they weren't that bad. Or either you say, oh, well, dang, they really was. Or maybe you see that you weren't as good as what you thought you were. It helps you, work things out.
For sure. And I gotta make a correction. That number I was looking at was for last year from March to around September. In October, numbers started going back up. October, well, to September. Yeah.
What's the number now? What's the number now?
Let me pull it back up. Now, this is a different study. Now, during those times, last year from March to September, it had dropped. Where not had dropped. It was 34% lower than they expected. Now, this study is right here. This one is from January the 5th, and it is saying, okay, because a lot of people canceled their wedding plans too because of COVID or postponed it. Let me see the number. Scroll down. Okay, from March through September, they were 33% lower. It doesn't say, but it said it's on track to meet the previous year's number, not last year in 2020. It's on track so far already to match up with 2019. So people back to breaking up.
Beginning of the year, people always break up the beginning of the year or summertime because I mean it's hot out. It's hot. You wanna mingle. Right after the winter, you don't want to be alone in the winter. You just want to cuddle up in the winter. But that new year, new year, new me,
New booty.
It does it say what's the reason why they're breaking up? And that's
It doesn't say, but it said people are not ready to make the big decision. People due to their credit, like this is why some people are postponing the divorces as well, due to credit, due to jobs. They doing right by the children, and realizing, hey, we're all in this predicament together. That's a quote. This is I'm looking at Bloomberg.com. If you guys want to check this study, but yeah, it doesn't say why, but yeah, I'm sure it's a case by case, but it says here we go. Even for couples that want a divorce right now, for quote, here we go. It said for lots of people, it's just not practical right now to get a divorce. This is from an attorney, Pasternak and Fidus in Bethesda, Maryland. It's just and this is a divorce attorney. Basically, people just really can't afford to go through the negotiations, and COVID makes it even more difficult. Child custody decisions are even hard. School and daycare centers are closed. So financial settlements are trickier now with the spouses out of work or uncertain economy, and with jobs and businesses getting shut down. So
having a good peaceful conversation. So I'm not gonna tell the little excerpt of extra truth with that, the cold hard truth. I'll let it stay flowery this evening.
Okay. But yeah, so like I was saying, to answer your question, Transcendent, that's really what they're saying. It sounds like they still want to break up. It's just financially, the lady don't want to break up with him while he ain't got no job during COVID.
I see. So it's just the economic thing, kind of thing. It's playing a factor.
Yeah, and custody issues. They just said it's not practical. But we'll see. They said it's but it's back on track though. Some people are still getting divorced, but early this year. But yeah, but that's all I got for this one, man. Like I said, I was trying to get up out of here on this one. Let me ask y'all this before I get out of here. How do y'all feel about Texas no mask mandate and every business is open 100%? That means they're gonna pack out that stadium for Canelo fight, huh?
Well, what is it? I'm sorry, I don't know the Texas. What's going on?
Texas, the governor of Texas has removed the mask mandate, so you're not required to wear any mask, and all businesses are open up 100%.
Oh, well, I mean,
so with that said, Texas Stadium is where a lot of people like to have their boxing matches at, because it holds so many people. How many? Like 80,000 or something like that. So they're gonna be in there all together, shoulder to shoulder, 100%. Y'all think they're gonna sell? They still gonna you think they're gonna social distance still, or they still gonna? Because the governor said you ain't got to. I guess it's up to you as a business if you choose to do that. What do you guys think about Texas reopening? And what do y'all feel you think they're gonna pack out that stadium for Canelo?
I definitely think that they're going to. Yo, check. Still there? Okay.
I don't know why sir want to jump in knowing he got to go last with that echo. He got to raise his hand or something like we on the Zoom handout. You got hangout. You got to raise your hand or something, sir. Like how do we? Sir coming in with the DJ, the 1980 DJs microphone. We in the place to be. But go ahead, Neil, and then sir.
I think it's awfully damn coincidental that he wants to lift this mask mandate after he fumbled the ball when Texas was hit with that ice storm. Him and his family decided it was a good idea to up and leave the whole entire country.
I think the governor did that too. I thought it was Ted Cruz. That's the senator, Ted Cruz, I believe you're speaking of.
Oh, my bad. I'm thinking of way above there because lifting the mask mandate, like, bruh, the convenience of it all. You just got done doing it. You just was in the media for it, but wrong person. My bad.
Yeah, same state though. Go ahead on Sir Senior then Asian Math.
Yeah, I would say it's most definitely a money grab. It's all about the money because you think about it, Texas went through all that crap, and then how can they re-stimulate the economy off of that is by opening everything up.
Speak up just a little bit, dog.
Money.
Speak up just a little bit, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just sound far a little bit, but you said it was about money, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, go ahead, Asian Math. How do you feel about Texas removing the mask mandate and opening up all businesses 100%?
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess that's what he was going to. I would say it's an economic decision. They make an opportunity for the money grab. They talking about releasing a third stimulus check, and how is that money going to circle or cycle through if everything is pretty much shut down and all that. And so yeah, I think capitalist society, they putting wealth before health, and next thing you know, by June, July, August, or whatever the case, a couple of seasons from now is going to be, we got all-time high numbers of people dying from this crazy virus, or the new virus, or the third. I think it's how many new ones is it? Is just one new one, or is it two new ones?
I can't tell you, man. I did hear about the virus is mutating.
Right. So you're going to be hearing about that in about 6-7 months.
Oh, so you believe those numbers are going to spike in Texas?
Yeah. Looking at the forecast based from what's done transpired in just recent within the past 8, 9, 10 months. Yeah. The forecast is we're going to repeat it, and now they coming with you're gonna have about 3 other big organizations coming with vaccine. They just approved Johnson & Johnson for theirs.
And it's 85%. And I was like, would you fly a plane, ride in a plane that lands only 85% of the time?
I thought it was 75%.
Okay, I thought it was 85, but I'll take the 75. That's even better.
Right.
3. So this plane gonna take 4 flights today. One of these flights he ain't gonna land. I'm like, man, I'm about to drive the bus. I'm gonna ride the bus, man. I'll catch the train. I'll ride the Camry out there. I'm not about to do that. 75% of the time it works.
And then it's strange that the 3 that got approved, Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson, have just been ordered to pay billions into claims, into class action lawsuits, and all of a sudden now they got a vaccine that's going to, okay, we'll give them that little change. We about to triple our wealth on this thing.
And don't they have a clause with some of those companies where they can't be sued if the vaccine causes you health problems?
Exactly. You're right on point. Let them know. Yep. They can't. It's gosh, what is that legal term?
Immunity?
Yeah. They got immunity from that. So if you take it, it's at your own will. It's like, hey, I'm willing to take the risk, But the propaganda in the media, well, I'm choosing to call it propaganda. I understand I'm on your platform, so the views and the commentary that I'm speaking is from me. You don't have to attach them to this.
Thank you.
I really believe that the propaganda is almost like herding the sheep. They forcing to. So this wave is going to be the police as the first responder. This wave is going to be the teachers, and everybody sitting back. Oh, they get a chance to go before us. So why, and now they running into, it's just the way they spending the stuff to make people want to go and get that vaccine. So yeah, if you go get that vaccine and you die from it, you know, they got immunity from lawsuits. So I hope the people know that, and the families of those people that, you know,
Right.
might yeah, go ahead.
And certain jobs are trying to force people to get them. Like, you're gonna force me to get the vaccine knowing that it's not 100%, it's not even in the 98s, you know, 99 percentile. And if something happens, I'm just on my own.
Right, you're on your own. No lifeboat.
Yeah, I just think that's crazy, man. I think they open this up too, man. Texas, just to out the blue, 100%, no mask. It's like he's trying to appease the people. Like, I know y'all don't want to wear the mask anyway, so fuck it. I don't want y'all mad at me about that. The light and people getting those $20,000 light bills. Like, hey, you can go back to work, so you can pay it. No, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't agree with that. But that's just me. I don't have boots on the ground in Texas, but I do have family and friends that are there. And so 100% businesses back open. So kids going back to school, bus, like they just gonna act like nothing happened. Like, what changed from last week to this week?
Exactly. Their cash flow, their potential cash flow. That's what changed.
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. Final thoughts. Anybody, everybody, final thoughts. Go ahead, Neil. You can go first.
All right. Yeah. As a driver who has been out here from day one with this pandemic, a lot of this stuff ain't really hitting the news. And the stuff that is hitting the news, more than likely, is propaganda. I mean, I wish we can do a whole show on it, because I've literally gone through places that are supposed to be shut down, and they were not even remotely close. Colorado, especially, mid-July, these people were hanging out at public pools, no social distancing, no mask, going on canoe rides and whatnot, guided tours, just willy-nilly with, the whole thing. FEMA taking over truck routes, PPE being delivered to hotspots before they were hotspots. I'm just saying. This shit is really crazy. And then for Texas to just 100% open up everything, I hate to call out conspiracy, but it's starting to look and smell and sound like a duck. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just is. It's too weird. It's too weird. The timing is horrible. It's not even creatively done. It's blatantly in our face. Chinese people claiming civil rights and being abused by black people of all things. I'm done. I'm done with this whole country right now. I cannot. And I've been out here trying to keep this place afloat, driving food and materials back and forth. And this is what they give us? Man. Anyway, this Neo.
Last thing, you agree with Asia Math that the numbers are probably going to spike?
No. I'm doubting that the numbers are going to spike, because the numbers were inflated already, and because I was watching them, I have to worry about catching some shit and taking it back home, because I'm literally out here going to these places where people are sick. So I had to keep track of those numbers.
To be fair, the governor in New York had just came out that he admitted that he lied, and the numbers were higher than what he released.
Of course, they're higher. I mean,
I'm just saying that because you said the numbers were already inflated. He's saying, no, I lied and said the numbers were lower than they were, because my political opponents, i.e. Donald Trump, would try to use that against me. So more people were dying in the nursing homes in New York City than he admitted to. Just wanted to put that out there. That's a fact, and he just came out and admitted that. So
Yeah,
wanna,
I can't trust him as far as I can throw him, but
yeah, but look, look, he just admitted it, you know, because it came out because they got him on tape. You get what I'm saying? Somebody got him on tape, and the tape came out. So
yeah,
that's when he admitted it. So I trust people when they all know they getting recorded and they talking loose, thinking they getting away with some shit. So, but
I'm just looking at
how many
the
other people lied and said their numbers were lower as well, though?
I'm looking at, like, all right, the the WHO had their website up in March and March and April, and I took screenshots of this stuff, and I was looking at the numbers and whatnot, trying to make sure I keep track of it. And they were already in Africa trying to inflate the numbers over there, but Africa's numbers have been number one best in the world. Period. They've always been low. They've always been low. They've always had a handle on their outbreak, despite what the media has been saying that, you know, it's mutating in Africa and all of this other BS. It's always been the lowest. They've always had the lowest numbers, but yet Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson have been trying to promote being in Africa to give out the vaccine. Like they were first. They had to get the vaccine first. And then black people in America were like literally saying, or literally being promoted as being harbingers for the vaccine. I'm sorry. I'm lost at this whole thing and how it's been escalated. When I'm literally going to these places and seeing that nobody is actually, the numbers are just not this high. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to just trot through people's cities and towns and whatnot.
Yeah,
especially at Native Americans.
But you're an essential worker. You're driving a 18-wheeler. They know you're bringing goods. You're not at the hospitals, right?
I'm taking PPE to protective equipment. I've taken protective equipment. I drive a reefer, a refrigerated truck. What the hell do I need to haul protective equipment for? Right? I mean, yeah, really, think about that. This is a refrigerated truck, and who's going to look in a refrigerated truck for hospital equipment? Right? Okay. And it's clearly labeled a FEMA load. No appointment. No, just get there when you can.
Go to bacteria and infection down. Like I know when my wife works in the OR. She always tell me it's always cold in there. They keep it the whole unit and is damn near freezing. Like she wears thermals under her stuff. So is it possible that the stuff has to be transported to keep it cool? So
rubber gloves don't need to be cold. I mean, you freeze rubber, is gonna break.
I'm just saying, not I ain't say frozen. Like, you have it at freezing temperatures at all times, I'm guessing.
I'm always transporting food and materials, and they're taking these weird loads to these very specific places.
Are they adding stuff to your regular load? Like, hey, while you're going here, drop this off there too?
They always do that.
Okay.
They always do that, and they changed the rules so that you don't have to, I'm only allowed to drive 11 hours max.
Okay.
FEMA came in and they had government permission to let the drivers drive past those hours. Anything past 11 hours, that's dangerous. And they gave it an okay. They said it was okay for you to drive 14 hours. You know how dangerous that is? That's not even remotely close to anything.
I get it. I used to drive, and I've done convoys when I was in the Army. I drove, but I get you, man. I get you. So you said something else is afoot. I get you. This is a whole episode. Yeah. We can do a whole episode about this one day. Sir Senior, give me your final thoughts on everything. Go ahead, sir. Yeah, we can't even hear you, sir.
Sir going once, sir going twice.
King Asia Mav, take us home.
Can you hear me now?
And now,
There we go. Go ahead. Sir.
There we go. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so pretty much like I'm kind of agreeing, with a little bit with everybody. Like I feel like in Texas, those numbers are going to spike. And if they wanted to,
Hey, stay
say,
still. It sounds like your mic is moving, going in and out. It's like it's low and it's clear.
Like
it's the echo cancellation is actually doing the opposite. It's crazy.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is that a little better?
It's 100% better. Go ahead.
100% better. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I think in Texas it's gonna spike, and if they want the numbers to stay low, they'll lie and say, well, it didn't spike that much. If they want them to go up higher, they'll add a few on it. But it's gonna be enough anyway. And these aren't just numbers. These are people's lives. And I think that them wanting money is not the main goal. It shouldn't be the main goal to want money over people's lives. But that's the American way. So, I mean, that's kind of un-American of me to say put lives above money, but that's how I feel.
For sure. And tell people how they can follow you, man.
You always find me here helping my boy MARQ NASH out and the other members Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But you can find me on Cooking with Sir Senior. I'll be back at it next week. I had to take a week off to handle some family stuff, but I'll be back at it next week. As always, be best, be safe, be certain, and you find me at Cooking with Sir Senior. I'm always cooking up something, if it's home cooking or just food for thought.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna let King Asia Mav take us home because he's gonna get the last word. I just want to say this. Hey, man. Trump pulled out of that World Health Organization pretty early in this pandemic. So those numbers we don't even know because they don't really have the US data like that. We finding out now the Governor Cuomo lied about the numbers, thought Trump would use that against him. I wonder how many other people are lying about the numbers. Like all we know is what they telling us. And granted, we got our boy Neo, he got boots on the ground, but he's not in every city, every county of every state every day. And so it's truly unfortunate that they want to just open up the state after this big crisis that they had there. I guess they want to stimulate the economy, but just remember, a dead man can't work. You get what I'm saying? Some of these people probably ain't gonna be able to go back to work anyway. Their job is gone. That job don't even exist anymore. So wish you guys nothing but the best. Go ahead, King Asia Mav, take us home with your final thoughts.
Yeah, well, on the current topic we speaking on, I mean, hey, once again, my commentary is my commentary. I feel it's just the age-old recipe in this place we call America. It's capitalist society. Fat pigs turning into hogs. It's the money side of it. And then population control. The Europeans, their numbers have fell to an all-time low. I think to a point to they really can't recuperate to where they are really the majority. So now we got people dying from a quote unquote pandemic. And what Neophyte was saying, he feel like the numbers won't spike. I feel let's check the data in about 6 to 8 months and see what it say before the year out. I'm quite sure that there's going to be higher numbers and new strands of this virus. And to the topic that we opened the show with, getting back with the ex. You say it's for the sex. You get lazy, she go crazy. Now you're both screaming next.
Hey.
Hey man,
Who said that?
who said what?
Where you get that bar from?
And that was off the top, fam. It's me.
Stop it, man. You better stop it. You better stop.
Hey.
You better stop. I'm gonna set you up with D Hodges. Y'all gonna get this battle going. I'm gonna set you up with D Hodges.
D Hodges got his old dude on the side. They'll watch me, man. No, but that was off the dome. But I don't, it's a situational thing, sometimes y'all just needed a break, and then the best is yet to come. But then in a lot of cases, a lot of instances, no, it was you was there for a reason in the season, and when that season is over with, that's it. Ain't no turning back. But a person, a grown and mature person, should be able to gauge and know when that is. There's a lot of females I've been with. I said, no, we ain't getting back on that merry-go-round. That's definitely not happening. I don't care what you say, what you dress up with, get that to the next guy. You know what I'm saying? One man's trash is another man's treasure. But then there are some, once again, to reiterate, you just probably need a little break, a little hiatus, and you can pick things back up, move forward. If you got to take another little break, until you get to the point to where, hey, y'all could just walk side by side, on off to death do y'all part. So I don't judge people getting back with their exes, if it's for the right reasons. But if it's just for two adults to drive each other crazy, pull each other down, I wouldn't suggest to partake in that.
Okay. All right.
As usual, you can find me next to the dime piece. If I'm slacking on my macking, I'll settle for the 9-piece. Take us home, Mark.
As always, the guests get the last word, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in. It's been another great episode of Breaking the Beats. You already know what we did. We broke down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and whatever else we felt like talking about. I'll see y'all on Friday, man. I hope everybody be safe. And yeah, man, we're going to have another good one on Friday. So with that said, let's run this outro. Oh, remember, drinks require sleep, goals require effort, and you can get that hoodie at marqnash.com. Peace. Where the outro at? There we go. Bam.
This that squad.